Alright YouTubers, what's going on? Coming back at you with another knife review. Today we're looking at the Cucciara Dorado. This is the MidTech version of the Dorado. He also has a custom version and a production version like the flashbang from Kaiser. But the MidTech came into market around $325, which, you know, from just to start out this video, I'll tell you that's worth every penny. This is a great piece. Let's go over the specs real quick and then we'll get into my thoughts. It's got a VG10 blade, which, you know, not a bad steel. A lot of people love it. It sharpens easily, has decent edge retention. So this is one of the fizzed models. There was different stages of the Dorado MidTech. Some that were, you know, like plain tie, some that had the fizz, you know, different levels of the fizz, the anodizing. This one's got like a multi-anodizing. It looks like there's kind of a green hint to a bluish. The fizz is a really cool addition. Check that out. Now this knife again is on loan to me from my collector buddy. He gave me a bunch of knives to have for a little bit, play around with, review, use, you know, EDC. So love that fizz. That's a really cool addition. It's a 3.5-inch blade on washers, ladies and gentlemen. Super buttery smooth on washers. No bearings here. I'll do a comparison here in a second to the flashbang production knife that has a bearing system, so see how they flip. But this is one of the smoothest knives I've ever felt on washers. It's incredibly smooth. I mean, it's smoother than a lot of knives on bearings, so very well done. It's got a 3D machined clip here, just nice titanium clip that's 3D machined. And you've got a overall length of 8.375 inches with a weight coming in at 6.6 ounces. So it's definitely a beefy knife, no doubt about it. Pretty thick slabs of titanium there. Oh, and you'll notice my buddy's a big lanyard fan, which I'm not a huge lanyard fan. And he's got this pretty sweet Hulk bead that he had made. So that's pretty cool. Just a nice little touch there. Lockup on this is great, nice and early. And it has zero stick. I mean, it's so easy to disengage. I don't see any kind of steel insert. Maybe there might be. There's a little, maybe a hidden steel insert in there, but I don't think there is. So considering that and how smooth the knife is and how easy it is to open and close, you know, that's a really, you know, positive feature there. The Dorado is, like I said, this is the MidTech version of his custom Dorado. It's a very cool design. Pretty heavy recurve on this blade, more so than the flashbang, which has less of a recurve, which I prefer less of a recurve. Very similar size knives, both 3.5-inch blades. Let's do a little size comparison here between the flashbang and the Dorado. You can see the Dorado is slightly longer in the handle, and it's also quite a bit heavier. This using smaller slabs, thinner slabs of titanium versus the thick slabs here. So, but for being on washers, man, I can just tell you how nice the flipping action is on this. It's got some nice little bit of jimping on the flipper, not a ton, you know, not over excessive, not gonna eat your thumb up, but it gives you a nice purchase. Now the flipper tab is pretty good sized. Yeah, he likes doing big flipper tabs, which is cool. You know, it gives you a lot of purchase. You can push button it, no problem. You can light switch it, no problem. Again, guys, this is on washers. Just keep that in mind. Not a lot of guys do flippers on washers anymore. Rick Hinder is one of the few that I can think of. And this MidTech version is very, very smooth on washers. And there's something about washers, if you can get them done right, I prefer, if they're done correctly, the feel over bearings, just because it's just a smoother feel. Like the flashbang's a very nice flipper and it flips out, but it's kind of, I don't know, it's the bearings, it's a little bit gritty. And you can see here, we'll do a little demonstration here. Back the zoom up a little bit. I'm going to flip them both. I'm going to even flip the Dorado with my left hand. Right into each other. Well done, Tyler. Well done. Here we go. Let's try that again. Do it like this. You can see they flip equally as good. Keep in mind that the flashbang is on bearings and the Dorado is on washers. So I'm going to do a little switcheroo here. I was doing the Dorado left-handed, which is somewhat of a disadvantage even. So equally as fast, in my opinion. But the smooth feel of the Dorado, I prefer that. So if you can get washers done correctly on a flipper, they're awesome. I'm a big fan. Let's see if we can get that. There we go. What else to say about now? This one is pretty used. It's got some good marks on the titanium. This is definitely a user, and it's built to be used. It's a beefy, heavy-duty knife. I mean, no doubt about it. So the VG10, being that it's a MidTech, I'm just gonna wipe this off real quick. It's got some smudges on it from use. There we go. VG10 blade. Nice, really good stone washing on this too. Really excellent stone washing. So if you like the Dorado style of knives and you want to, pick one up, definitely keep an eye out for the MidTech, because they're a really good value, and they're really smooth on washers. My only negative, I'd say, it's a little hefty, a little thick on the handle, and the VG10 blade is, for the money, I feel like you should get a better steel. But it is a MidTech, so take that as what it is, because when you get into the MidTech world, you're going to be paying, around that price or more. So just something to kind of keep in mind. I rarely see MidTech knives being sold for less than $300. That's pretty rare. Now, if you like the style and you don't want to spend that much, the flashbang here has a brother. Kaiser did a collaboration on the flashbang and the Dorado. So if you want a Dorado and you want to spend under $200, I would go for the Kaiser. So you have a lot of good options. Really cool to see Matt make his knives designs available to the general public, not just to the custom world. You have a MidTech version and a production version of this knife. So really cool. I think that's pretty much going to sum it up. On this knife. I mean, just going to give you some more close-up shots of that fizzing and how cool that looks. What a really cool design element, especially on that front scale there. So I believe this is a stage 2. I'll have to double check on that, but stage 2 MidTech because of the fizzing, and the anodization. Smooth as glass on bearings, guys. I mean, on washers. Just love it. It's just got such a nice feel to it. It's got a good detent, not too strong, not too weak. You're not going to be able to, open the knife, but it's got enough to help you flip that big blade out. So pretty thick blade stock too on this one. Let's see how it compares to the flashbang. Yeah, the blade stock is definitely a little. Helps if you get it in frame there, Chief. Definitely a little thicker on the blade stock on the Dorado versus the flashbang production. So again, really cool design. Big fan of Matt's work. Cool to be able to mess around with this Dorado MidTech. It's definitely a nice knife. If you can find one on the secondary market, they're no longer sold by Matt, so you're going to have to find one in the secondary market. But don't hesitate if you can get it, for a good price. Just remember they sold for $325. I wouldn't pay more than that, I don't think. Maybe, maybe $350, but definitely would pay less. So I know my buddy got this one for a pretty sweet deal. So it was definitely a good buy for him. Alright guys, I think that's going to wrap up the video on my just my thoughts on the Dorado MidTech by Matt Cucciara. Please give me any comments or feedback down in the comment section below. Please like and share the video, and if you haven't subscribed, there's a subscribe button down below. We'll see you on the next video.